So, here's something I wanted to do today. This is super serious. We gotta pause the music for this one. So, I wanted to go over this most recent gameplay trailer that came out for Cyberpunk. 5 hours ago. Oh, I'm guessing there's probably some intro and some end. But we have this Nightwire City thing that came out. It is new Cyberpunk video. And I got some things I want to talk about with it. I got some complaints, if you will. This is part of the reason why I wanted to do just chatting stream, but I wanted to also get this my stream looking nice. But I have enough of you hostage now that I can talk about this. So this is Cyberpunk footage that's supposed to be out on this is for Xbox One right now. That's all they show is Xbox game footage. They don't show any PC, any PS4. This is just exclusively for Xbox. So let's talk about this. So this is the first part, right? This is the first scene. You're hostage now to listen to my complaints about a game that's been in development for 8 years. So we have this scene, and I don't think that's supposed to be Johnny Silverhand. It just happened to look like it. What panic? So
the gameplay footage starts with a quest line called
I was watching this, and this looks really nice. I like how the city looks. It's just one small problem. This city is very empty. This is something I was complaining about on Twitter. But the city, for being a city, is very empty. And someone was like, oh, it has to do with the time of day and the weather. You're telling me that this wouldn't be the weather to walk around the city in? Like, this is about as many people as there was in Grand Theft Auto 5 when it came out, 8 years ago. They can't handle people. The other thing that I heard was that when you're driving, the game spawns less NPCs, so no one's walking in the middle of the road, and so you're not swerving out of the way as often. So that was another argument I heard for why there's no NPCs here. Didn't mean to hit my mic there. I'm sorry. But you start by follow the traffic laws. Yeah, one, why would that affect the sidewalk? And two, there's no one here when you start walking around. So either the person got in a car, drove around, got out of the car, and then went to hit record for this footage to get back in the car to drive around, or just maybe there's no NPCs in this stupid game. For a next-gen game, this looks ridiculous. The only other thing I can think of is that it's Xbox One X, so it's because of dev hell. Exactly. They've had to downgrade so much, but I don't get why. Because everyone's like, oh, well, this is the Xbox One X. This is last gen. It's not that it's unplayable. I'll get there. It's not that, this is old gen. So people are like, oh, it's the new gen that will have all the good stuff. This game came out when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 were out. Not came out, I'm sorry. Was in development during that time. So the game would have been being developed for those generation of consoles and brought for the Xbox One and the PS4. So I don't get why we have this for our next gen gaming experience. And yeah, it is like Watch Dogs 1 all over again. It's like any Ubisoft trailer all over again. The Rainbow Six trailer was the same way, where all the pre-game stuff looked amazing. The Division looked really amazing pre-game before it came out. Also, this is a decision that I don't understand fully. So it'll come back up again. I'm just gonna let it sit and go. So we get there, and there's no cutscene. It just kind of clips. Also, I don't like how the NPCs look at all. I don't, and mostly. I just don't like how they move. It just reminds me of old generation moving. Do I want to see something funny? I do want to see something funny. I love seeing funny stuff. For those possibly watching this VOD later on, Marshy just redeemed a ban in-game action of no more complaining. So I can't complain about the game anymore. Well, that's gonna be it for me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Alright. Marshy, I love you. I love you, babe. I'm not in a game. Banning an in-game action and saying no more complaining doesn't mean that I can't complain, though. I'm not in a video game. As much as I sometimes think I am. I won't complain about this forever, I promise. You are in a video game. You're in a video that's showing a game. Alright, fine. I won't complain. I will criticize. Check this out. Watch this NPC right up here. Watch this. Did you see that? Did you see that move? Did you see this feature that took them 8 years to develop? Look at that 90-degree turn he takes. Like, how do you do that? How do you screw that up that he runs here, does a 90-degree turn, and then runs that way? That is some... I like the whole... This is literally like some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas shit. He doesn't even move like... He doesn't even move well. I don't get that one either. Also, yeah, did you see that? Did you see that cool little thing there? Watch this. Transition. There was another transition earlier. So why was there not a transition put at this beginning part? I don't get why they don't have a consistent flow when they're going over their game and trying to sell it. Also, Keanu Reeves is a babe, and I love him. That's a good thing about this so far. I do love.
What have I missed this time? Enlighten me.
Braindance chick is hiding something.
Wholesome Reeves 100. I do like his character here because he's playing a asshole, which I do. I'm always all for that, like, asshole character that only you can see.
Ever heard of it?
Oh, so what you meant to say was you're full of shit. Got it.
All right, so we're in the elevator. We're done with the elevator. We walk out of the elevator, and again, for an area, this is like an area that's supposed to be a club. They're supposed to be banging. It's at nighttime, also, and it's just empty. It's just an empty area that's supposed to be with people. Like I would imagine people over there. Like there's a couple people there, obviously, and there was like what, 4 people in that back area, and that's it for like a club area. Have you ever been to a club area? It is not empty outside of the club area. All right, and then again, you're gonna see here another transition. So there, so we can have another transition there, but we're gonna forget it up here. It's so weird. It's a Thursday night. Yeah, sure, okay. Here's another one. Watch right here. This is where Johnny pops in. Oh, wait.
You better keep this short.
There he is. It's kind of hard to see, but if you like pay attention, you see Johnny's model pop in before that glitch effect does. And I know I sound like I'm nitpicking, but all of the game is just so in depth that it tracks the time IRL days and NPCs will act upon them. My brain is just too feeble to understand. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Hi. I think something might have gone wrong here. Not really sure.
Also, this whole thing is just awkward.
Sorry, no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Again, no cut for there.
I know it.
Again, I know I sound like I'm nitpicking. I completely understand that. But this game was in development for 8 years, and they keep talking about quality control and all these things that they wanted to put in. So when you show off your gameplay footage, I would expect some level of something in the game. Like, listen to this.
No clients allowed in here. Well, dear, close the door on the way out, would ya? As you can see, I'm very busy.
That's like some Oblivion Fallout 4 level shit. Like, you tell me what happened there. Beyond any studio fuckery, the hype machine can really doom a game. Exactly. And remember, the game was supposed to come out in 2 days. Expectations are super high. And at the same time, I think that they are allowed to be. Because not only do you have, like... So, a lot of people, or at least in my friend group, I should say, we've been comparing this game to No Man's Sky. Because No Man's Sky was just literally coal shoveling into a fireplace of, like, hype. Like, the hype train was real. But when you go into, like, what actually happened with No Man's Sky, there was, like, a dev group of 15 people. And, like, they had all those ideas for the game that they wanted to do. And every time it was a moment pass of, will you be able to customize your character? Will you be able to do this? And will you be able to do that? And every time Sean said, oh, yeah, you should be able to, like, that just made it go even higher. This game was developed by the people that made The Witcher. So already, without anything else, your expectations are through the fucking roof. Because you have a set knowledge. The problem is that Sean didn't have a fucking public team. Exactly. That's also true. It was just him being the face of the company, and he is not a public he is not a public speaking person. He did not understand how to properly address questions. He looked nervous. Like, the poor man just needed a hug every time he was done speaking. But then you get to this. You get to this game. And in this game, it's made by the people that made The Witcher. And everyone loves The Witcher series. The Witcher is a good series of games. Every time any DLC came out for it, it was just a banger. It was a hit. So then, also, little known fact about CD Projekt Red. They are not the same small group that made, like, the other Witcher games. They are currently the #1 biggest studio in Europe. They are bigger than Ubisoft right now. And not a lot of people realize that. So, when you take that into consideration as well, your expectations are rightfully through the roof when they talk about all the things that they have. Just because they're big doesn't mean they dedicate a shit ton of resources. I half agree with that, and I half don't agree. Because everything... I keep hitting my microphone. Like, this is the game they've been working on. Like, I know that they've been doing, I guess, the Witcher card game that came out. And I know they've been doing, like, the Witcher series and a bunch of little things like that. But this has been their game. This has been in development for 8 years. A majority of their team have probably been working on this game. And then when you also take into the fact that they cut customizing your car, they cut wall running, they cut you need a breather real quick? Check TMs. I need a breather. Okay, hold on. Time out. Okay, everyone. Okay, we're good. We got Bunny sent to us from Marshy. This is now our support bunny. He is a very good boy. Remember to say big floofs in the chat to have good day. And it's primarily aggressively marketed, so I guess it's priority. This product isn't excusable no matter what metric. Big floofs. Yeah, Chad does have a point, though. This game has been marketed to hell right now. The fact that you can buy a CD Projekt Red. You can buy a Cyberpunk Adidas. You can buy Cyberpunk. You can buy a Cyberpunk themed TI calculator, 3070 graphics card, or one of the graphics cards you can get as a Cyberpunk theme. You can get the Razer mouse as a Cyberpunk. You can get a phone specifically based on Cyberpunk. You can pre-order like all the different toys and all the different merch. You can get the comic books. There is a ton of stuff for this game because obviously it is a huge game. They want this game to be huge. But then you release this thing, and to someone like me, this is a very underwhelming trailer. And or a very underwhelming gameplay. Like, okay, I have another complaint actually coming up for right here. So watch this area over here. There's two people that this person is shooting at. He throws a grenade. And you get your Xbox achievement because this is a very Xbox-based trailer. This whole thing is Xbox-based. They really want you to sink that in. Okay, but look at this guy. Watch how this guy acts. I get it wasn't a lot of time to see that. But you can look, like, the AI just doesn't look like it wanted to work there. You go up, and he's, like, walking into the wall. Can I slow it down? Oh, yeah, I can. Settings, playback speed. Oh, I could do that for the Keanu part, too. I will in a second. So... oh, we're muting that. I ain't listening to that. So, you go in the reload. And look at him. It's kind of hard to see it, too, I guess. So, sorry. He gets back up, though. I think he's getting up, at least. And it looks like he's, like, behind cover. And he's stuck on the wall. He turns around to the wall, and he aims, and then he gets killed. Like, I don't know if maybe that's like another... Again, I'm so torn between, oh, maybe that's like a one-time thing, and this is the trailer that you're trying to show off to, like, promote your game. So... like, did that just happen because it got left in because whoever was making this trailer just didn't notice? Or is it just that that's just how the game is? Anyway, I'm going to go back for that Keanu part. Because you can see him pop in. There's his model. There's his glitch effect. Again, is that... just because maybe that part just didn't work right, or is it just not coded well? Oh shit, you gotta bounce. Thanks for the goodbye. Well, thank you for stopping by, Chad, and thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. I hope you get to stop by again sometime. All right, I'm gonna put it back at full playback because I think there's like just one more section, I guess. Oh, this part. So this is the last part that I really just want to mention. And again, it's like a weird thing to me. So you come up on this group of, I think it's the animals. And they start, you know, they're having an altercation.
If you're looking for a release, I just might be your man.
And
Kindly get the fuck out of my way.
Yo, you hear what this bitch said to
stands
me?
up, you know. We're starting an altercation.
Again, but four. Your little skull sponge can't possibly get its gray cells around it.
We're in a fight. Like, I don't get that transition of
Sponge can't possibly get
like
its gray
talking a bit
cells
to
around it.
we're fighting. We're in a gunfight. It's just another one of those weird things. Like, why didn't they just show the gunfight happening? Why can't you show us getting the weapons out? Is the weapons wheel broken? Is there not a weapons wheel? Is it like Fallout where you have to equip your weapons? I don't know. I don't get it. It's just weird. There's a lot I'm excited for about the game, but there's a lot that worries me about the game. That I feel like it's just going to be a very average game that would have been better had it not been hyped up as to the point where it was. That's kind of where I'm at with the game right now. I guess we're going to find out in what, 4 weeks? 1, 2, 3, about 4 weeks. 19th is when it was supposed to come out, and it comes out on the 10th. So we'll find out then if it comes out, if it's a great game, or if it's just going to be a very mediocre, lackluster kind of game.